All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Nick here.
Jodi there.
And we are continuing on with
Ricky Gervais.
And his comedy tour out of England. And so far, we have laughed, she has cried, I have fallen asleep, and both of us have somehow injured 2 different feet. But we're going to continue on and power through with whatever he's going to joke about today. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you like our reaction anyway, please don't forget to
like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you can be aware of our next uploaded video.
And we have learned about Suki. Cannot forget about Suki.
What's Suki?
We have not learned about Suki. Remember the girl? Go up the water? Who was lazy? She had ME?
Oh, yeah.
I did do charity work before I was famous. When I worked at the Students' Union, the University of London, one of the first big charities I got involved with was the Terence Higgins Trust, the big AIDS charity. And it was mid to late 80s, and people were like, what's this new thing called AIDS? What is... I mean, it's gone from strength to strength now. It's doing brilliantly. It's gone global. Got its own day and everything. 1st of December, World AIDS Day. I don't think it'll ever pick up like Christmas. We don't do anything in our house. There's no decorations. But I discovered something. You're still learning. The first HIV virus was a combination of 2 separate viruses that combined in rhesus monkeys and it made this rudimentary form of AIDS. And it was fatal to them, but this was passed to chimpanzees. Sometimes chimps would get a bloodlust and eat a rhesus monkey. And it evolved and mutated in chimps. And because we're 98.6% genetically identical to a chimpanzee, it was able to be passed to humans. And the first human contracted AIDS when he was chopping up chimp meat and cut his finger. Although that's the excuse I'd have given. You'd have to come up with something, wouldn't you? You go to the doctor and you go, oh, I feel terrible, doc. Doctor goes, oh, I'm not surprised. You go, is it ME? Worse than ME. You wish you had ME. You shouldn't be laughing about it. He's got terrible news. No, terrible doctor. You're the first human to contract AIDS. Is that bad? Can be. Still laughing. How would I have got that? 2 ways. 1, you were f***ing a chimp up the arse. Fucking a chimp up the arse. Me? No way. How else could I have got it? Oh, I don't know, you could have been chopping a chimp up, cut your finger, that one.
that one.
Choppy, chimpy finger, one. I bet he went straight out into the jungle and found that chimp and went, you gave me AIDS. Oh, what? You gave me AIDS. I gave you a blowjob. Shush. No, I got AIDS from you. Well, where did I get AIDS from? From eating monkeys. I don't eat monkeys. You're either eating them or f***ing them. I was eating them. That's how it happened.
That's how it happened.
Always learning. Global warming.
I wonder how much of that is
That's
true.
the big one. That's the one they're trying to get celebrities to endorse. And it is the big one, I suppose. It's the end of the world, but it can bring brilliant weather to England. Serious point, though, isn't it? How'd you go to Bob in Yorkshire? He's had a lovely summer, he's playing cricket and barbecuing, and you go, it's all got to stop, Bob. All got to stop. You can't drive your car anymore. You can't use aerosols because you'll eventually stress out some Eskimo. He's not going to give a fuck, is he? Sorry, that's racist. Oh, sorry. I don't know what's come over me tonight. I'm really sorry. You can't say Eskimo anymore. They want to be called Inuits. So, I don't know who's complaining. You live in snow. Who's going, oh, Gervais called us what? Oh, oh, my blood's boiling. Which is a good thing here. No, the first Eskimos, oh, sorry, racist, Inuits, migrated from Asia across land masses that are no longer there, and they settled in the polar regions of northern Canada, Siberia, and Greenland. And when they got there, and the one in front went, This is all right, isn't it? Why didn't the one at the back go, what? Should we settle here? Forever? Are you serious? Yeah, why not? Because I'm f***ing freezing. Let's keep walking, let's find a tree. But the scariest statistic that I've heard about the erosion of this planet in recent years is that by 2030, there'll be no fish in the sea. According to a CNN report, best estimate, no fish by the year 2030. And I blame comic relief. Remember that stupid slogan they came up with? Give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Give a man a fishing rod and he'll go mental, won't he? Another one. Give me that. Give him a fish, greedy bastard. Comic relief. Not a year goes by where Richard Curtis doesn't call me up and go, oh, Ricky, Africa's still the poorest place on the planet. It's riddled with AIDS and famine. It's war-torn. Would you like to go there? And no, it sounds awful. You're really not selling it to me, Richard. Once he's called me and it wasn't about that. He offered me a part in The Vicar of Dibley. And I said, tell me about this Africa trip again.
Nice.
She started it.
Nice.
Not a disease.
She started it. It's not a disease. I like how he keeps going back to everything and wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Or bringing it in.
When I first got famous, I knew that if I put myself in the office as opposed to just stayed behind the scenes, my life would change, but I wanted people to know it was an upshot of what I did. Fame wasn't the driving force, that the work was, and I didn't want to be lumped in with those celebrities that do anything to become famous. Do you know what I mean? And I was very prickly about the whole subject, and one of the first interviews I did after The Office broke in about 2001, the journalist really rubbed me up the wrong way with this question. She said, so what advice would you give to anyone else who wants to become famous? And I went, I'd tell them to go out and kill a prostitute. Which I thought was a really clever answer. She looked at me like I was mental. And I didn't do this bit in Ipswich. A local paper called me from Ipswich and she went, are you worried about offending people? I went, well, yeah, because it's not the point of what I do. And she went, no, but the joke's about the Ipswich murder. I went, it's not a joke about the Ipswich murder. That's a true anecdote. I really said that to a journalist. And it happened 6 years before the Ipswich murders, which ruined her angle a little bit. And she actually went, oh, did you hear about the Ipswich murders? And that's what reminded you? Oh, no. It's nothing to do with murder. It's a slight on fame. It's like going, well, if you just want to become famous, do something horrendous. That was... And I explained it to her and she went, oh, well, thanks very much. So the next day, she went with the headline, Ricky Gervais apologises for sick joke. I thought, what are the rules? I've explained it to her, and she does these vox pops and this whole sort of string of Chinese whispers. Oh, that's racist. I'm so sorry about this. I don't know what's come over me. Suggesting that Chinese people can't whisper. Sorry about that. That would be a strange racial trait, wouldn't it? Bigots getting hold of that one, going, the trouble with the Chinese is they can't whisper. What? They can't whisper. Of course they can. They can't. The Chinese cannot whisper. Watch this. Chang, whisper to me. Hello! Oh, for fuck's sake. Shouting hero must be racist. Come on. On the same day, The Sun published a picture of Jade Goody with the caption, racist scum. They published a picture of that Chinese snooker player with the caption, pot noodle. But when the journalist said to me, oh, what advice would you want to be famous? And I go, I tend to go to prostitute. It's meaning, look, if you think that's all you care about, just being famous, you can do something terrible, if that's the only aim. Serial killers want to become famous. The way it's going, where people will do anything to be famous, I can imagine people at home now reading the paper going, this rapist is getting a lot of column inches. Do you know what I mean? Where will it end? Have you seen those adverts on telly for rape? Not adverts for rape, not... Starts 10 a.m, everyone must go. No, it's It's two blokes, and one of them's bragging. He's going, yeah, got off with a lovely bird the other night. We was kissing and cuddling. Then it got a bit more serious, and I shoved her down onto the sofa, and he morphs, and he's in court. And the voiceover goes, if you don't get consent, you could go to prison for rape. What sort of society has to remind someone not to rape?
Yes.
Was there people going, just off out raping, mum? Oh no, remember? Remember the advert? What? You can't rape. I can't what? You can't rape. I can't what? Whose idea was that campaign? Going, we got to remind them. Was there people in court with the judge going, why did you rape her? I forgot. You'd forget your head if it wasn't screwed on. Get out of here, you scamp. Have you heard those local radio ads on a similar subject? It's a quiet street, sound of stiletto heels, and a car goes, and he goes, need a lift, darling. And the voiceover goes, if you want to know the price of an illegal minicab, just ask a rape victim. Don't. Worst advice I've ever had. No, it really winds them up because it brings back terrible memories. So I don't want you to make the same mistake I did. I just burst into an incident room and went, how much to Hounslow? And she went, whoo. Really irresponsible advertising. Like that one, hit me at 30 miles an hour and there's an 80% chance I'll live. Encouraging gambling.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy. He is so... I'm amazed because we've never seen like a whole show of anyone before besides on our own. We never reacted to it. And it's amazing how much time and effort they put into just planning this out and remembering all that stuff and knowing where to go. And obviously timing is something that they work on, but very, very impressive.
I recently kind of totally off of Ricky Gervais, but on topic of what you were saying, I just the other day with some friends went to see Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, and their show had like so much into it of like they would even come out and do like different scenes in different clothes because they're not very like they had a stand-up comedy moment where they each took like the stage just one at a time and did stand-up comedy, but that's not really their gig is stand-up comedy.
Yeah. But
it was really good. But yeah, the same thing. So much that they put together for the show and it was hilarious. But yeah, a lot. And to have it like just roll so smoothly from one thing to the next.
Yeah, I mean, it's truly impressive, the writing of it, but also remembering it. And it's like, I've always been amazed by musicians and rock stars or whatever that can go out there and perform for an hour, hour and a half, and they know all the words of their songs. And that sounds so stupid if you're a musician, but I'm not a musician. So it's just like, how do you remember? And I know they're your songs, but you write something down, you still got to memorize it. And you play it a million times. I listen to songs a million times. And if you were to ask me, okay, what's each word? I don't know.
Yeah, it's so true though.
Let me listen to it first.
I think about that all the time. And I struggle to sing a song just without the music in the background on my own. I can usually get like maybe a verse and the chorus, but then I'm done and I don't quite know what's next. But the minute the music is on though, it kind of helps you like, oh yeah, this is next.
And I agree with them. Like with the whole Inuit thing, like wanting to settle in a frozen tundra. There had to be some people that said, can we vote? Is this just you, Chief? Okay. What do we tell them? It sucks out here. And maybe they love it. Maybe I mean, obviously they figured it out, but man, that would be so tough.
As a person who's always cold and hates being cold.
Yes.
Except for if I'm sleeping. If I'm sleeping, I'm always hot. I'm a hot sleeper. But yeah, that does not sound fun to me.
No. We're going to continue on with this next time. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know what you think about his comedy here and our reaction. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.
Bye.